Bitcoin is in a triple bullish scenario today. On the 4-hour chart, we are forming what's called a cup and handle pattern, which is a bullish pattern marked by a bull formation and then a handle. Once the price breaks above the neckline of this pattern, which it recently just has in the past 15 minutes, this usually corresponds with a upwards price movement, a rally. The measured move taking from top to bottom of this cup and handle pattern, excuse all the noise on the screen, from the neckline would bring us to about $26,200 Bitcoin, which is what we predicted on Patreon would be the next price target using astrology and technical analysis. So we're seeing things play out in real time, and as we zoom in here, I'm seeing the breakout continue and be more prominent on the hourly chart, which is the chart that we're on right now. Subsequently, on this chart, we have a bull flag forming as part of the cup and handle pattern. A bull flag is a sort of downwards distribution after a strong rally, a strong upwards candle or a series of candles. So they look a little bit like this when they break out. There's also variations of them, such as the pennant, which is kind of the shape of the one that we have in Bitcoin's price today on the hourly chart. In fact, this is a good example of how a bull flag pattern plays out. We see a period of distribution or accumulation, I should say, which is just a flat trend, and then a sudden breakout, which is then followed by some sort of downwards kind of consolidation, just like this photo here. Finally, on the 15-minute chart, we are noticing a W pattern, also known as a double bottom. This is another bullish pattern, and this is at the tip of the bull flag. So anyway, the measured move from the bottom of this pattern to the neckline will give us the projected price that we could move to in the case of a breakout on the 15-minute time frame, which would be upwards of $24,900 Bitcoin. Furthermore, if we were to move to that price, that would then lead to the breakout of the bull flag on the daily pattern, because the price being at this level would signal the breakout of this bull flag, and that would then lead us to the breakout of this cup and handle pattern. So overall, very bullish energy today. Last but not least, in terms of the astrology, in my notes today on Patreon, where I do these astrological updates daily, I mentioned the Venus conjunction to Bitcoin's moon, which is in Aries. And it has started today. And ironically, it's coinciding with these triple bullish patterns that we're seeing and a likely breakout above $25,000 Bitcoin towards the next projected target, which is around $26,250 Bitcoin. In other words, the price is going up. And in other words, this is an opportunity to make profit. And I myself have already been invested since several weeks ago. And I've been making these Bitcoin updates and talking about how early 2023 is looking like a great period for Bitcoin in the astrology. And sure enough, we're watching this magically play out, seemingly step by step. And the point being, the next thing I wrote in today's post is that we have more bullish transits to come for the financial markets, because next, Venus, the planet of finances and investments, will be conjunct to Jupiter, which is in Aries, on March 2nd. Jupiter is about abundance, expansion, and spontaneous growth. It's about quick growth. And it can also represent FOMO and like gambling. But you don't want to be on the other side of the FOMO. You don't want to be the person that's feeling a fear of missing out. You want to be the person that's taking profits at those moments, and that has already been inside the investment, been already invested in things. Anyway, Venus right now transiting into Aries and conjuncting to Jupiter on March 2nd will likely point to a boost in people's investments. We're already seeing it in crypto with the conjunction to Bitcoin's moon, which is in Aries. But the stock market is likely to rally as well at this period. Venus rules money and investments. And overall, March is looking super positive for Bitcoin up until at least March 7th. And I covered that as well in the Patreon and the transits that are happening at that time, which there is a significant one regarding Saturn. So with that being said, our last buying point was actually down here, and it's something I mentioned in the blog post, around 21,000. So right now, from this investment, which obviously I didn't buy a full Bitcoin, you can buy parts of a Bitcoin. You can buy like a partial Bitcoin, because Bitcoin breaks down into like hundreds and thousands, and even millionths of a Bitcoin. So you can have like 0.00 Bitcoin and whatnot. So the point is, anybody can profit from this kind of stuff. But the point is, I bought down here, and so in terms of price, where I sold recently, which was 24,900, which I mentioned in one of the daily blog posts on the 15th. And I made a video about it as well. I make videos on the Patreon too every day with the blog posts. But anyway, that's a $4,000 increase as much, pretty much. And like the point being is, like, you really want to take advantage of these types of opportunities. And this is why I'm so adamant and keep posting about these Bitcoin updates, because it's kind of like a no-brainer to me, and I just want to share the information and make sure as much people are taking advantage of this moment as possible. And long term, if you're not in Bitcoin, you want to get into it. What are you doing? And I mean, we will likely experience better prices than this later on this year, so there will be opportunities to buy for the long term. But short term, right now, we're seeing lots of expectations for upside and just extra profit. Who doesn't like extra money? And I've been able to buy things and pay off certain debts with the gains that I've been making lately, after this extended bear market that we've been through. So anyway, definitely check out the Patreon. I post there every day, and this is my 19th day straight updating you guys on Bitcoin, at exactly the same time every single day, with new information and more breakdowns of the astrology every day, like giving more transits and stuff as well. So there's a lot to be seen there. So it would be a shame if not as many people saw it as is actually possible. So anyway, definitely come join us there. We're at 18 patrons at this point. And yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon in another post. Peace.